It's just like, what is all that the DNA in the record is there? How can you recreate it? You know, and there's times that I've had to hand it back to the artist. I'm like, this is garbage. And like, I know that you have access to better stems and an engineer. You're just being lazy. Go get it, please.
And if they want it, they work it out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They really want it. If not, I guess they don't really want it, you know? And that's just like from doing this for so long, like, I guess my patience gets a little thin with these artists that are just kind of, you know, I don't know. Some of them they just want the attention. They don't really want to work.
We want you to name names just for TMZ's sake.
No, I can't do that.
So I'm curious, how much actual time do you get to spend on your own art, you know, your own tunes, your own remixes, as opposed to how much, because you obviously have to pay the bills. How often are you then having to cater to artists who want, you know, this remix? Like how do you delegate what time, if you're even able to at this point?
Yeah. Well, I'd say it's about 50-50. Because if I just kept doing things that I didn't like, I'd be miserable. And at some point, and I'd hate it. At some point, I've got to do what I like, what inspires me. Because if I take a break on a record, you know, that's a paying gig, and I go into my own project, I might find a drum or a synth that could really work out for the previous project that I was working on.
Right.
You know, it's all exploration for me. Like I find inspiration in everything. And a lot of times when I'm not forced in a box, it's when I get the most out of a song. It's purely abstract, just letting it happen. You know, the best songs happen by accident. The best stuff, the best work I've ever made has happened on accident, was not forced.
Happy accidents.
Yeah.
So do you ever create original music that doesn't include sampling and or remixing of a previously existing song?
Yeah, I work with a lot of other songwriters, and we definitely produce original works. We license stuff for commercial and film, video games, things like that. But for me, sampling, even if it's something that I've created originally, I'll go and like add dust and dirt to it and then resample it and put it back into my song. And that's kind of like my thing. That's where I came from. You know, it's my signature. Even if if it's original, I want it to even sound sampled, you know, like I like that. That's a part of who I am.
So giving it the grit as if it even came off some vinyl when it originally didn't.
Yeah. That's kind of like, for me, I don't know. It has to be like missing something. And I'm like, that's what it needs, right? It needs some warmth. It needs some of that analog dirt, or it needs that chopped effect, you know. That's kind of like the old, you know, MPC days. I've never actually owned an MPC. I've used it a few times, but it's something about that era of music, that golden era of hip hop and Miami bass and techno and house, like that just, I don't know, it hits a spot for me.
I've seen some of the photos that you've posted, and it seems like you have MPC looking gear. Is that like are those machines?
No, it's the Akai MPD 26.
So it just kind of has the layout of an MPC.
Yeah, it's incredible. I use it. It's just a multi-purpose tool. I even DJ with it.
Really?
Yeah, it's incredible. It's like a hack, pretty much. I discovered that by accident, DJing with it. But for production, you know, I could with Ableton and a drum rack, I can just load all kinds of different sounds and just come up with random patterns and sequences. And
is that one of your ways of laying down drum patterns? Is live recording, beep beep beep, click, and then just dropping them in there?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, because sometimes doing it linear, you know, in the arrangement view, I just get stuck